Hey chaps, welcome back. Been a bit busy. I've also been sick too, so not as much progress as I would have liked to have made. Just been smashing out things as quickly as I can, or as good as I feel. So, my brother's been down from Sydney, and we've been busy. We stabbed the motor in, got it off the stand. I painted it blue. I still haven't done a few bits in the top there, but neither here nor there. Went to Outlaws, got an oil cap, air filter. I've got a list of things to get from there, but the motor and trans are in. I've got to get a fan blade, a few things, making new battery cables at the moment. Obviously the car's turned around, but that's my Bluetooth speaker down there. Console's now brown, some of the seat belts are back in, the carpet is in, looking absolutely lovely. I haven't got one kick panel. The other kick panel, both kick panels had holes in them, so I may have to buy new kick panels and then paint them brown. But the interior is starting to look rather lovely. Got to get an interior light. There's lots of... This car's got a long list of little odds and ends. Oopsies. So it's just a minor update, but I thought I'd give you one. So I've been to Rare Spares. I've just... Speaking of Rare Spares, Rest Spares. I also have all of the lower door skins and the front guard sections. I'm also going to clean these exhaust tips up, put a GT cutout on it, and probably put that old exhaust on it temporarily so that we can make this car not be super loud. And unfortunately, this moulding that was sticking off the other day, I kept catching on the corner of my pants, and the other day it caught for the last time, so I'll have to fix that too. Annoying, but I just thought I'd give you a little update and show you how things are progressing, because I have been a bit quiet, but I haven't been silent. Look at the carpet. Now, carpet is a funny thing, because I went perusing and I went to Winners and they wanted $600 for carpet. I went to Rare Spares and they wanted a sort of similar money, huge amounts of money. I went on eBay and Knox carpets, which this is a Knox carpet, like around $250, might have been slightly less, $250 delivered, and I had it in like a few days. And I'm not going to tell you that it's the bee's knees, but I tell you what, for the price being about half of what everybody else seems to want, it's plenty good enough for this car. And I gave the scuff plates a quick tickle on a few things. I found a headlight switch in my stash of stuff. That wiring dangling down there, that's somebody's attempt at having a headlight switch without that. Now, I have to pull the steering column, reinstall the pedal box, change out the bezel that's around the steering column, and make two good steering columns into one. But I wanted to do that after I had carpet in it. So now, which is why the front seats aren't in, so now I can actually yank all that stuff out and sort it out and then start moving along. There's a lot of wiring issues inside the dashboard. There's been lots of aftermarket crap added in, so I don't know what will happen when it eventually gets power. But and we did put some wheels on my brother's Fairlane, and I scored another 12 slot with actually a really good tyre, but I still don't know if I'm not going to just put a nice set of wheels and tyres on it. I don't know. And over here, the engine stand that I built umpteen bajillion years ago is now free. This 351 that was in the shed is now out. I'm going to put that FMX on there, put them two together on there, and break this motor in at some point soon, before my brother goes back to Sydney. So, another short and sweet update. Well, actually, I might open the roller on the shed and show you the ladder. We've been cleaning up a bit, so And these are the doors that he scored for the Landau. So that's one of the original doors. It's not very good. But these are the doors he scored from some bloke in Sydney that were in a shipping container for like 20 years. This, aside from having little baby amounts of rust in them, they're absolutely dead straight and perfect. I think he paid a good chunk of change for them, but as I've said numerous times in the past, buy the best panels you can at day one. It will pay dividends in the long run. So if they're really expensive but perfect, you're actually probably in front. So still sifting through a mountain of crap, and got to continue getting this ready. Shut this back down. And yes, the coupe has become somewhat of a table, but when I get the XA sorted, I'll get back into this. But I thought I'd give you an update. You can also see this XA's, and it's a sedan. It's an XA thing. There's actually no cutouts in that exhaust panel that's on it. A lot of XA's didn't get exhaust cutouts. XB's did. But I want to put GT tips on the back of this thing because I want this thing to actually sound alright. So yeah, I just need to get a linkage for the accelerator, some heater hoses. We actually installed the motor, the trans, the exhaust. Well, it's got extractors on it, so we put the motor, the trans with the extractors fitted in. And because me and my brother have done this a few times, and with that engine leveler, which, by the way, if you buy that from Total Tools, that is the best money you could ever spend on any tool, especially for a Cleveland, because you just bolt it down to the 4-corner manifold bolts, and it gives you the ability to tilt the engine, drop it in, down, and then wind it, and it tilt it back upright before you put it in. So if you are like me and screw around with old cars, for God's sake, spend the better part of $100 and buy one of those engine levelers, because we were able to put this in like under an hour with this shitty old crane, and we did it with everything attached and the extractors. So also, and yeah, if you're a Ford guy and you want to know, can I put my motor in with the extractors? Yes, you can, as long as they're not massively big. You can install them with the engine. So if you were to bolt them on the outside, get them all sealed up, and then put them in, instead of having to try and do these with, do these extractor bolts in the car, because that sucks, I know that. So yeah, small update, but I hope you like it. How good is that GS stripe? So yeah, and I bought a cheapy welder gas bottle, and you can buy your gas bottles from Total Tools, I worked out. So it is cheaper to buy the gas bottle and pay the $100-something changeover than to rent the bottle from like BOC. So this was a welder, a trolley, roller wire, and a bottle for like $800-something, MIG welder. So very shortly I will, as you know, I've got a million things on my plate, but yeah, I've got everything to get stuck into this now. So we'll get stuck into it. And this was, I think, something I really liked. I went for a black one because the chrome ones go rusty, even if you don't leave them outside. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'll stop rambling. It's a bit of a scrambled update, but it gives you something to drool over and enjoy. But one last look at the interior, because money well spent. That carpet, I like spending money on things that give you a big visual impact, and that is a big visual impact. I'll zoom out. Oh, yeah. And I love the brown interior, like brown roof lining, brown sun visors. I'm really sick to death of seeing black interiors in cars. Yeah, it's probably going to hurt the purists. You're like, oh, black interior is the best. It's really not. I like brown. Or at least, I like not being like everyone else. I'd love to see someone restore an XA with the blue interior. That's rare. Because they were a thing. You could get a blue XA dash. So like, you know, the XYs and stuff, you had red, you had black, you had brown, and you had like blue coloured. I've never seen anybody restore a blue interior in an XA. And I'll see if at some point I can get the trim shop to just maybe repair that back seat. I think I've just got my steering wheel sitting up there for now, but yeah. And I think I will replace the seat belts. They are a bit sad, and they are a safety thing, so. But I want brown seat belts, I don't want black, but that might be hard to do. Anyway, enjoy, chaps.